The Portland Trailblazers have been a solid NBA team this season, playing some good winning basketball consistently over the year with a now healthy roster, something that held them back last season. They're looking to make a deep run in the playoffs, and with 20 games to go, they sit in 6th in the West with a record of 31-21, only a couple of games behind the depleted LA Lakers. However, even with the high hopes this team has heading into the playoffs, there are a couple of things I'm concerned about for them over the next couple months or so. So, in today's video, I'm going to be discussing these factors, how I believe it will affect them going forward, and why it may disrupt their dreams of NBA title contention. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content like this. I'm trying to reach 16,000 subscribers, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about the Portland Trailblazers. My first big concern for the Portland Trailblazers is their schedule leading into the postseason. My second concern will sort of link into this, you'll see how in a bit, but the Blazers' road ahead into May isn't a breeze at all. They've got to play Phoenix, the Clippers, Brooklyn, and then Denver twice in that stretch of 20 games alone, and one of their weaker opponents is the Indiana Pacers, a still extremely formidable side not to be slept on. Portland's schedule, according to Tankathon.com, is the 3rd strongest / most difficult in the NBA for the remainder of the season, which is a worry to me as this means they could slip in the standings if they don't play their best night in and night out. They already have a very poor record against top NBA teams, so to play one of them as a low playoff seed in a first round series doesn't bar very well for them, at least on paper. And this is where my second concern comes in. It's not much of a concern, more of a stat with a worrying undertone. This season, against the teams above them in the standings currently, so the Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers, Suns, and Jazz, the Blazers have a record of 1-8. Yep, 1-8. That is not good at all, and a major point of unease for the side heading into the playoffs. Portland is already likely to slip a bit in the standings potentially due to their schedule ahead. They're playing a bunch of those teams I just mentioned, and if they don't prove themselves in those matches with wins or competitive fights, it's hard for me and probably a lot of NBA fans to see them getting out of the first round. The Blazers are already poorly stacked on paper compared to a lot of these other contenders out west. They don't match up very well. They don't have a big man to consistently match a guy like Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic, or even Rudy Gobert, nor a great wing presence as well. Obviously, Carmelo Anthony and Covington are good, but they aren't crazy threats on either side of the ball either, that teams will have to plan for heavily. Essentially, the Blazers match up poorly with other top contenders out west. We've seen that from their record against them this season, which makes me have real concerns about their playoff prospects. Even making this second round is a long shot to me. That's also in large part to their strength of schedule for the rest of the season. It's going to be very difficult for them to move up the standings with their forecast, so they're more likely than not going to have to face one of these teams above them that they've struggled against in the opening round, barring some ridiculous hot streak. Again, things just aren't in Portland's favor to finish this season, so being realistic and maybe slightly pessimistic, it is hard to see them doing anything great these upcoming playoffs yet again. Maybe an upset will happen, maybe they'll get their act together and go on a big win streak to light the flame entering the postseason. Who knows? But right now, on the outside looking in, it's looking pretty tough for the Blazers to do well in 2021. And that is unfortunately the harsh truth about them. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? How far will the Portland Trailblazers go to you? Do you think they can make the most out of this tough situation, or are they set up for an underwhelming finish to a great season? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Apologies for the shorter video today. I've been very busy the last couple weeks, so it's been a struggle to get videos out. But as the playoffs approach, I'm aiming to be uploading as frequently as possible. I've got a lot of videos planned for that period, so the next couple months on this channel should be lots of fun. I hope you guys are excited. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.